Hey there, welcome to the Healthy Vibes podcast. I'm Kelly Renato, and thank you for sharing your time with me this week for a quick bit of encouragement. I hope to make you pause and think, maybe shift your perspective a little bit. This week I want to talk about, it's been on my mind a lot lately, for you to pay attention to what you are following, what you are chasing, what you're consuming your time and energy with. And we can talk about this in a lot of different ways, but I had a conversation this week with someone a lot younger than me, but the conversation, the person was consumed with everything else in the world. And I could tell their time, and especially this generation of my kids, they're just bombarded. And so are we. We all are, with so much on social media and on the internet. And there's too many options. There's too many fads. There's too much, there's almost more things that are not true than true, over-exaggerated, the things that will fix all of our problems. We listen to celebrities, just so many things. And it's easy to do this. Over the years, a big thing that I do in terms of social media is I unfollow people, even if it's one post that just didn't sit well with me. And it's just, I feel like my time and energy is too precious and important to even go down that realm. And this can be a friend, this can be someone I don't know, especially during the political season. And it wasn't just because someone had a different opinion than me. The posts were just so hateful, and some of them were so, I thought, untrue. They were listening to the wrong things. Either way, what are you following and what are you chasing? And I want you to think about it this week, because this truly, like what you follow, what you chase, who you spend time with, it fuels your heart. It either warms it or it can create hate in it and ugliness. They can inspire you and encourage you, or they can make you see things in a negative way even. And it doesn't matter if it's someone in your life, someone you're reading, I say social media and all of that because that's a big part of where time goes. But just really pay attention. Is it making you a better person? Is it making you want to be a better person? Is it making you be an uglier person, an angrier person, a sadder person? Is it taking your confidence away, making you insecure? Like, really sit with yourself. And when you see things, when you read things, when you get off of social media, how do you feel? I mean, be honest. Like, awareness is so huge in terms of your path in life and who you're becoming. If you're not even realizing that you're not listening to other people, you're cutting them off, you're not even realizing that you follow this one person and they've made you like super angry, I feel like sometimes we don't even realize it. I know I still do it. I still do things. And sometimes life is just so busy. I think the rush, the world, everything, it just keeps us so consumed that we don't sit in where we are. Like when you're with people, just sitting and enjoying them rather than thinking, what's next? What should I be doing next? What's on my phone? Like really paying attention. And seeing how your heart is when you leave people, your heart is when you get off of social media. What does the news do to you? How do friendships make you feel? Like really pay attention to this week and what makes you feel good and what doesn't. And really, social media is the easiest one to change if you have things that you feel are not adding goodness to your life. Unfollow. There's so much out there. Find someone else to follow. Find something that you want to learn about more, that you're more interested. Like over the years, I've started following more, obviously health, nutrition, Christian, like anything that can bring me more goodness and help me to learn more about what I want to learn more about. Maybe you want to learn more about gardening, fitness, flowers, home decorating. Who knows what it is? Maybe you want to get closer to God. And there's lots of accounts that can share goodness in that sense with you. So just pay attention this week, because it's too easy to chase what everyone else has, especially these poor kids in high school, college. Like, you are surrounded by just the pressures, the materialism, the opinions, the views, and teaching your kid to really stand their ground, their truth, and being who they are, and not getting lost in all of that, and knowing what is truly most important. Like, let us as parents, because it really is our job, and every age is different as to how we teach them, because I know as they get older, you can't just tell them you need to do this or that. You got to be an example. You got to point them, maybe give them examples, share posts with them that are goodness from people that maybe they would listen to, share a devotion book with them, share Bible verses with them. Just keep pointing them in the direction that will bring them more peace and happiness than this world. This world is just so distracting for them, and we've got to look out for them and look out for ourselves, for our mind, our hearts, and just know that we get to choose what we fill our time with. We get to choose where our energy goes. So make sure in this precious, precious time that we have and energy that we have, that you spend it in all the right places. Don't be pressured by this world. Don't be pressured by people that don't make you feel good and confident in yourself. And find those people that direct you to goodness and share goodness with you. I have a lot of those in my life, but we all do it for each other. And it's possible. Over the years, you find who lifts you up, who points you to goodness, who, really supports you in all you do. And it doesn't mean you have to cut yourself off from everyone, but if you're following them and they're posting things that don't make you feel good, or if you're spending every day with them at lunch or your breaks with them and they're not making you feel good, just carefully make adjustments. This is up to you. Life is short, life is precious, and you get to choose where you spend it. And I know there's some things with work and other responsibilities that we don't really get to choose, but that's when we figure out how we can make the best of it, how we can find the good in it. Maybe you have an employee at your work that you've never even met that would bring more goodness, or you could pour goodness into them. Sometimes if we're having a hard time finding it, maybe we need to be the one that pours it out. Either way, look out for your heart and mind this week. Guard your heart and mind and make sure you're filling it with the right things. Point your kids to those things too. Guide them. Be an example for them. And make sure that they're filling their heart and mind with the right things. They need us to help guide them and show them and give them other options if they're not finding it. It's too easy for these kids just to fall into the trap of scrolling and watching these mindless things that don't always bring goodness and happiness and joy to them. Maybe it's with your kids, it's even a different line of questioning, finding out what they're dreaming about, what they want to explore more, helping them figure that out, because it's easy just to fall into the trap of scrolling rather than saying, so what, are there some other things you're interested in these days? Well, maybe you can find some accounts like that to follow, and you'd be surprised. They find them. And if they're really interested, they might fill more of their time with that and learn something or lead them to another path. Either way, don't just go through the day and follow the same things you always follow and chase the same things or surround yourself with the same things if they're not filling you up and they're not making you a better person, bringing you more joy, more encouragement. And do the same for your kids. Not bossing them around or telling them, but just, in that supportive guidance fashion, giving them other options and helping guide them out. A lot of times kids won't even talk about it because they don't realize what's making them feel so bad. And if we can help them, or maybe even tell them, I unfollowed a few accounts this week because they were just they were aggravating me or always made me angry, or they weren't bringing me goodness. So I decided to unfollow, and I found a few different ones that make me feel better or are teaching me about this or that. And when we're that example, they might not say much, but they think about it. So just keep teaching them and open your heart and open your mind to something different this week. And give yourself grace if you feel like you think to yourself, well, why didn't I start unfollowing them sooner? Just be glad you're doing it now and give yourself permission to unfollow. There's a lot of things that you can unfollow and the person doesn't even know if that's bothering you. There's ways to do that as well. But just make sure you're filling your time and energy, and make sure you're giving those people you're around goodness as well, because it's worth it. And all it does is better your life, better you as a person, and give you better days. So follow your heart, follow your soul's leadings, and just see where they take you this week, and try to fill your time and energy maybe with something new, and try to reduce one area, because we all have them. No matter how much cleaning out you do, it's just like your house. There's more to be cleaned out. So find this week something new to fill yourself up with, whether it's a book, a podcast, music, a person, some account, and then find another area to eliminate some that's not bringing you goodness. So I challenge you this week to do that. So above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Proverbs 4:23. So take care of that heart and mind this week by protecting your time and your energy, and getting a little more aware of where you're spending it and what you're following. Take care. Have the best week. Talk to you soon. Bye.